That's right. I walked out of the office earlier this week because, as Roger Murtaugh would say, I am too old for this shit. Let me just tell you what happened. So it was around lunchtime, and I was in some meetings, so I had my headsets on, and I had my headset up. The volume was all the way up, and I could not, for the life of me, concentrate at all. The volume did not go any higher, and a few people had came into the office, and they sat on the other side of me. We have like 4 rows of cubicles. There was one at the end, at the very end, and one all the way at the first cubicle. And then there was a girl on the other side of the cubicle. Now, if you watch my last video, the guy who sits in the first cubicle, every time the girl talks, she's like a VP, director, or some shit like that. Every time she talks, this is him, right? This is what he does every time she talks. She's like, I have a question about so-and-so report. He's like, I swear to God. She'll be like, what'd you think about that meeting? He goes right over the cubicle, pops right up and starts chatting with her, right? And she goes, what do you want to do for lunch today? He jumps right up and looks at her. Like, unbelievable. So the reason why I left mid-Wednesday around 12 o'clock is because it was so damn noisy. I sent my boss a Teams message, and I'm like, I can't concentrate. I can't even hear myself think. I am out. I came in at 8:30. It was 12 o'clock. I'm checking out. I just can't do this anymore. Again, I am too old for this shit, for this office drama, this office chit-chat. I just want to sit there, do my time, and go home. It almost feels like prison having to go into the office, right? I mean, I love my job. I love what I do. But I wanted a remote job for a reason, because I just don't want to deal with people anymore. Now, the position I'm in, I can deal with people. I deal with them over the phone, and I don't mind dealing with people in person. It's just the office chit-chat that's not work-related. And I know you go into the office to collaborate and to chit-chat and to talk to people. Some, might be friends with the other coworkers, which is fine. But let me just tell you, the 3 of them got together and stood literally right next to me on the opposite side, on the other cubicle. Keep in mind, the other side of the cubicle, I am number 2. I am in the second cubicle. There was somebody in front of me, but he's a cool dude. And don't get me wrong, I do chat with people. I do collaborate with people. I mean, I wouldn't say collaborating like, how was your weekend? My weekend's good. You see the Phillies game? Yeah, how about Kyle Schwarber, MVP? Yes. Right? Stuff like that. It's not like, did you see that meeting today, or did you see that report? Because the people I work with aren't in the same building as me. They're in different states, right? So I don't even see the people I work with ever. I work with other people that I have no idea what they do or even who they are. Sometimes I will introduce myself if I feel like I got that friendly type of vibe with them and I feel like I can talk to them. I'll do that. But let me just say, the other 3 people were so loud, probably early 30s, right? And they're like, what do you want to do for lunch today? And I'm sitting there with my headphones on, doing this, trying to listen to this meeting that I was in, right? Thank God it was over before noon. What do you want to do for lunch today? And the guy's like, I don't care. What do you want to do? He's like, why don't we go here? And he's like, no, this place is too expensive. I don't really want to spend that much money for lunch. And then the girl comes over, and then she's talking, real tall brunette. She's talking to the guys, right? I think she might be their boss. And again, they're all VPs, right? We're all business professionals, but he's like, I don't want to go there. This restaurant's too expensive. And then the girl's like, what about sushi? And he's like, yeah, let's go do sushi. I think we can do sushi. And they're looking at menus online. Now, keep in mind, he said the first restaurant they were going to go to, whatever restaurant it was within the area, it was too expensive, but yet this dude will get sushi because the girl said sushi. Where I live, or I shouldn't say where I live, where I work, the going price for sushi in the area that I work is $20 to $30 per person per plate. So for her to say, let's do sushi, and he's like, let's do sushi. Like, unfreaking believable, unreal, right? So, I just had to pack up my stuff and go home. It just drove me absolutely nuts. The chit-chat, and they're so loud. I mean, they come in whenever the hell they want to. I go in at 8:30. I mean, I'm salary. I can walk in at 10 o'clock if I want to. But, I'm in my groove. I'm working. I'm in meetings, I have my headsets on, trying to concentrate, and they're over here chit-chatting about friggin' lunch, right? The dude came in at 11:30, and they're already talking about lunch at 11:45. So they got together, and they left, and they went to lunch. You know what? I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I am done. I am going home. Unfortunately, I have to go back to the office. With Monday being Labor Day, I'm going to have to go in next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is going to suck because I left on Wednesday, and I'm trying to avoid Wednesdays now because it is so friggin' loud. It's unbelievable. The office I'm in is actually doing construction middle of September, so I'll have the option to only go in once a week, which will be really nice, and I'm hoping it's either going to be Monday or Tuesday. I think they said that Wednesdays and Thursdays will be off limits, but I said before I was going to share my experience as far as returning to the office 3 days a week, my RTO. If you don't know, I'll give you a little bit of background. I received a notice to go into the office 3 days a week after I was hired full remote. So I'm trying to grin and bear it the best way that I can, but I'm not going to lie, it is difficult. And again, shout out to Roger Murtaugh. I am too old for this shit. I will catch you in the next one.